Welcome back. The Financial Services Authority, or OJK, stated that a digital bank can operate with at least one head office without having a branch office. However, this regulation is still in the drafting stage by OJK.
The Indonesia Financial Services Authority, or OJK, stated that a digital bank can operate with at least one head office. In the future, the bank's business model will be conducted through electronic channels, with the existence of a bank physical office that is limited or even without a physical bank office. This is stated in the request for responses to the draft OJK regulation for commercial banks released by the OJK, where OJK stated that digital banks that carry out business activities digitally are required to have at least one office, namely the head office. In Indonesia, it is known that there are several digital banking products, including Genius, owned by Bank BTPN, and Digibank, owned by Bank DBS Indonesia. In addition, many have committed to utilizing digital infrastructure, such as Bank Amar Indonesia, Bank Jago, Bank Mio Commerce, and Bank Digital BCA. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
The presence of digital bank marks a new era for the Indonesian banking industry, and today, digital services are inseparable from people's lifestyle. So how did the digital bank's presence in Indonesia begin? Is there a certain pattern? Let's just discuss it in the next graphic. This is the first graphic, the pattern of the presence of digital banks in Indonesia. The first one is the bank transforms business models, strategies, and product. And the next thing, or the next stage, is a bank that was formed from the beginning as a digital bank. The Financial Services Authority, or OJK, encourages the formation of digital banks. Even though it sounds unfamiliar, several countries already have digital banks, such as Singapore and Hong Kong. OJK revealed that digital transformation in banking is not only in business processes, but also includes business models. For this reason, banks are expected to be more responsive and inclusive. In addition, the enthusiasm and optimism for the transfer or formation of a digital bank is also based on the potential of Indonesia's digital economy, where, based on data from a Google and Temasek study, the Indonesian digital economy is predicted to reach $100 billion in 2025. Regarding the presence of digital banks, the acquisition process is also one of many ways to form a digital bank. So what are the digital banks in Indonesia that are the results of the acquisition? We'll see it through the next graphic. This is the list of banks resulting from the acquisition. The first one is BCA Digital, or we call it BCA Digital. Before acquisition, the name of it, Bank Royal, and the acquirer, of course, Bank Sentral Asia, or BCA, and the acquisition value of the bank on the level of 988 billion rupiah. The next one is Bank Jago. Before acquisition, the name of it was Bank Artos, acquirer Jerry Eng and Patrick Waluyo, and acquisition value as much as 240 billion rupiah, or as much as 51 shares. The next one we have Bank Neo Commerce. Before acquisition, the name of it was Bank Yuda Bakti, acquirer Akulaku, and acquisition value was 500 billion rupiah, or 24.98% shares. Indonesian banking industry is entering a new era. Bank Digital BCA, or BCA, Bank Jago, and Bank Neo Commerce declare their readiness to provide all their services online. Regarding the acquisition, giant startup like Gojek has also taken an interest in digital banks by purchasing more than 20% of Bank Jago shares. Meanwhile, startup Akulaku is also listed as the largest shareholders of Bank Neo Commerce. The development of digital banks in Indonesia is still not as massive as other countries such as Singapore and Hong Kong. The digital bank in Singapore doesn't even have a branch office. Seeing the opportunity of digital bank, head of financial services Grab Ankur Mehrotra once said that the opportunity for the financial business market is 20 times greater than ride-hailing services. It's because there were around 438 million people who didn't have bank accounts in Southeast Asia in 2018. Apart from pure digital banks, in Indonesia, a number of commercial banks have also developed digital services. What digital services have been provided by several commercial banks? Let's check it through the next graphic. This is digital services at commercial banks. We have Genius by BTPN, and we have Digibank by DBS Indonesia, Time Digital by Commonwealth Bank, and we have Voke by Bank Bukopin, Permatami by Permata and Bank Danamon, Tomorrow by UOB Indonesia, and Nyala from Bank OCBC and ISP. And several commercial banks continue to increase their allocations of capital expenditures for the IT and digital segments, including Bank Rakyat Indonesia or BRI, which prepares 3.5 trillion rupiah in 2021, then Bank Sentral Asia or BCA, which prepares 5.2 trillion rupiah, where most of the capital expenditure is for IT and banking digitalization. The other bank, Bank CIMB Niaga, stated that 60% of capital expenditure in 2021 is prepared to develop digital banking services. And not only has great potential, the development of a digital bank in Indonesia also has several challenges. So what are the challenges? Let's check it through the next graphic. Here are the list of challenges for digital banks in Indonesia. Requires huge capital for technology. Digital bank regulations are not comprehensive yet, and digital financial literacy is still low, and potential of cybercrime to happen. Regarding the increasingly massive digital services provided by commercial banks, the National Consumer Protection Agency or BPK or BPKN hopes that banks can prepare risk mitigation in implementing digital services to protect consumers. For the reason, the agency hopes that there will be mitigation in the form of strengthening regulations and reforming information technology system so that digital services do not create moral hazards or even cyber crimes that harm customers. Meanwhile, for digital banks, the Financial Services Authority or OJK admitted that the authority is currently reviewing the issuance of digital bank license terms, as well as several other supporting regulations. And hopefully all parties can collaborate and play an active role in facing the new era for banking and, of course, prioritize security and convenience for all digital banks service users. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.